High above the Limpopo River, on a sandstone hill overlooking the vast African plains, a great civilization once ruled. This was Mapungubwe Africa's first known kingdom, and this is its story. Before Mapungubwe rose to power, this region wasn't empty. It was home to thriving communities of farmers and cattle herders, known today as the leopard's copy culture. For generations, they lived in small, scattered settlements, working the land and raising their livestock. They were skilled farmers, growing crops like sorghum and millet, and they were part of local trade networks, exchanging goods with their neighbors. Life was organized around kinship and community, without the hierarchies of kings and commoners. But a new force was about to reshape this world completely. Long-distance trade. The demand for gold and ivory from distant lands would ignite a change that would give birth to a kingdom. Around the year 1000 CE, something remarkable happened. A new power began to emerge from these farming communities. This was Mapungubwe. It wasn't just another village. It was a centralized state, a kingdom that seized control of the lucrative trade routes connecting southern Africa to the rest of the world. Imagine the flow of goods. Precious gold and ivory journeyed from the interior, passing through Mapungubwe and then on to the bustling coastal cities of East Africa. From there, they traveled by sea to Arabia, India, and even as far as China. In return, exotic items like shimmering glass beads from India and delicate ceramics from China flowed back into southern Africa. Mapungubwe became the gateway, the powerful middleman in this global exchange. At the heart of this kingdom was Mapungubwe Hill. This wasn't just a strategic location, it was a symbol of power. The king and the royal elite lived on top of this hill, physically elevated above everyone else, separating themselves and establishing a new kind of authority. The rise of Mapungubwe wasn't just a political change. It was a profound social revolution for southern Africa. For the first time, a society with clear class divisions appeared. The elite, the royal family, and their court resided on the sacred hill, their status reinforced by their physical separation. Below, in the surrounding valleys, lived the commoners, the farmers, artisans, and traders who supported the kingdom. This separation of ruler and ruled, of sacred and secular, was a brand new concept. The king was no longer just a village chief. He was a sacred figure, a divine ruler whose power was linked to the ancestors and the spiritual world. This new political structure allowed Mapungubwe to organize large-scale trade, manage its resources, and project its power across the region. And with their wealth, they created incredible art. They were master goldsmiths, transforming the precious metal into sacred objects of immense beauty and significance. The most famous of these is the golden rhino, a small, exquisite figurine made of gold foil tacked on to a wooden core. It wasn't just decoration, it was a symbol of leadership and royal power, a testament to the kingdom's sophistication. With its control over gold and its sophisticated social structure, Mapungubwe became incredibly rich and influential. For over 200 years, it was the dominant power in the region. What's so crucial to understand is that Mapungubwe was not an isolated, primitive kingdom. It was a dynamic and integral part of a global trade network. Centuries before the first European ships rounded the Cape of Good Hope, the artifacts found there, Chinese porcelain, Persian glass beads, are undeniable proof. This completely shatters the old colonial myth of a dark continent waiting to be discovered. Mapungubwe shows us a southern Africa that was globally connected, economically advanced, and socially complex, all on its own terms. It was a center of innovation and power, a beacon of civilization that proves the deep and rich history of the continent. But no kingdom lasts forever. By the 13th century, after more than 2 centuries of dominance, Mapungubwe began to decline. What happened? There wasn't a single catastrophic event, but likely a combination of factors. The climate began to change. A period of drought set in, making farming more difficult and putting pressure on water resources. The environment, strained by a large population and intensive farming, may have become less productive. At the same time, the global trade routes that had brought Mapungubwe so much wealth began to shift. New centers of power were emerging, and trade may have been diverted elsewhere. As resources dwindled and opportunities shifted, people began to move away. Many migrated north, taking their knowledge, skills, and social structures with them. This migration played a crucial role in the rise of the next great power in the region, the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe, which would soon eclipse Mapungubwe in scale and grandeur. After its decline, Mapungubwe was abandoned. The royal city on the hill fell silent, and over the centuries it was reclaimed by nature and forgotten by history. Its story was lost, buried beneath the soil of the Limpopo Valley, for nearly 700 years. Its existence was known only through fragmented oral traditions. Then, in the 1930s, it was rediscovered. Local stories of a sacred hill led a group of prospectors to the site, where they found the incredible golden artifacts, including the famous rhino. This discovery was worth it, at a time when the colonial regime was trying to deny Africans a history of their own. Mapungubwe provided undeniable proof of a powerful, sophisticated, and ancient African kingdom. The rediscovery of Mapungubwe fundamentally changed how historians understood the past, revealing a deep history of state formation and global connection long before European contact. So, the story of Mapungubwe is the story of Africa's first kingdom. It was a pioneer, a place of immense wealth, complex society, and global connections. It did not fall in a great war or to foreign invaders. It faded with the changing climate and the shifting sands of time, but its legacy endured. The ideas of sacred kingship and a class-based society, first established at Mapungubwe, would continue to shape the civilizations of southern Africa for centuries to come, most notably in its successor, Great Zimbabwe. Mapungubwe is a powerful reminder of the incredible depth and richness of Africa's forgotten civilizations. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories of Africa's incredible history. See you next time.